Okay, that stings, but a clean conscience is worth $1 or $2. I'm willing to pay $4 a gallon. Hell, I'll pay $15 a gallon because I drive a Tesla. Right.
Bruh.
Well, it's very easy to see that there's a lot of people out there who are very disconnected. And the whole electric car thing's been going around for a while, but it's funny that the gas prices shoot up and then all of a sudden everyone starts talking about electric cars, electric cars, electric cars. Guys, there's not even enough gas. Okay, so even if we had enough charging stations available, we wouldn't be able to charge it fast enough because it takes what, 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 hours per charge. So it's not like you can just pull up, fill up the gas and then go. It's a complicated process, especially with the speed chargers. None of this stuff works that fast. Not as fast as just filling up your gas station and going, but we do have to deal with very high gas prices. Everyone in the world does, though. So this is a problem that we're all going to have to figure out. Having people who are completely disconnected from the general populace, especially telling jokes. Now, look, I know that was a throwaway, dumb joke that Stephen Colbert did, and a lot of people are kind of blowing it out of proportion. But I think that the reason why more people are kind of blowing it out of proportion is because it does show that, I mean, you put it on national television, and majority of your audience aren't in a position to buy an electric car, let alone get by on a gas guzzler, a gas guzzling vehicle that you have now. So it gets more and more frustrating because then, so this was a few months ago, and they were talking about the gas prices and the Keystone Pipeline and how it was getting shut down, and they're talking about gas prices. And
but looking more holistically in a macro view, how does this speed up the efforts at DOE to move in more of a renewable direction, since this is going to have an impact on people at the pump?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously are all in on making sure that we meet the president's goals of getting to 100% clean electricity by 2035 and net zero carbon emissions by 2050. And, you know, if you drive an electric car, this would not be affecting you, clearly.
If you're poor, stop being poor.
And that was a good memeology one. So the gas prices are going, the gas prices are going up, and they're probably going to stay up for a long time. We're probably going to be dealing with this for a long time. So there's some steps that we can take to alleviate the situation, so we can plan out our driving habits and change the way that we drive. Because if you're driving on the interstate, if you lower your speeds a little bit, if you're going 70, maybe 65, it's a little bit more of a better way for you to not burn up so much gas. The faster you're going, if you're going 70 miles an hour and above, you're going to be burning a little bit more gas than you normally would going at a little bit of a lower rate. Paying attention to the mileage of your car, knowing whenever you need to do your oil change your oil every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, depending on the vehicle, depending on the type of oil that you use. Hopefully you have a car that's capable of using fully synthetic. Fully synthetic would help. Try to plan ahead on the places that you're going. Now, I have to plan where the hell I'm going all the time because I drive all the time, and the main thing that was killing me was tolls, but now it looks like the gas is going to be kicking my ass. But properly maintaining your car, just like I said, the oil changes, make sure that your tire pressure is good. If your tire pressure is not that good, you won't get as good of a gas mileage. Knowing that, then also paying attention to the gas prices and finding the cheapest gas prices, because there's a bunch of different apps that we can use that'll give you the cheapest gas in the area, and only fill up whenever you need to. Do the whole of your whole gas tank. You wanna empty it out as much as you can, and then fill it up with the cheapest gas possible, and that's going to give you the best savings. Because if you just fill up every time you get down to the half a tank, and you're not necessarily using the cheapest gas that you can find, you're not really saving as much as you could. Find some rewards fuel programs. There's a cool app called Upside. I'd recommend getting that. Even though since the gas prices have gotten so high, astronomically high, there's not like, they don't really have super good deals with gas, but they still have groceries and they still have restaurant deals. Get Upside's a pretty cool little app, and maybe they'll be figuring out some deals with the gas prices as well. But I've been saving 5 to 10 cents per gallon of gas ever since I started Upside, so I definitely recommend that. See if you can get on that. Maybe get a cashback credit card. A lot of gas stations have cashback credit cards. Trying to convince you to use their gas station, and you'll get a certain percentage of gas of pennies or cents off per gallon of gas whenever you buy from their actual gas stations. Getting a smaller vehicle is a good idea, especially if you have an SUV or that type of a vehicle and you can downgrade. It's probably best to downgrade, even though prices are crazy high right now. Still, for used cars are still crazy high. So it's hard to say, man. It's really hard to say. Don't have too much stuff in your vehicle. Maybe if you have some extra boxes in your car, try not to have it weighed down so much. Cut down on the idle time. Try not to sit in your car too much and let it run. Try to have it turned off, because obviously you're burning gas whenever the car is just on. And those are just a bunch of different things that we can do to try to alleviate the stress on gas. And we have all these people making their jokes, talking about, oh, get an electric car. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. I mean, getting an electric car is not even reasonable. You're talking to like single mothers who have children, and you want them to buy a $50,000 to $60,000 car. That's not even a guarantee that it's going to save you that much money. It's not even a guarantee that it's going to save. So it's like, oh man, all this, and I know like all this stems from a dumb joke with Stephen Colbert, but these are serious things that we all have to actually start thinking about. And just because I drive a Tesla that doesn't matter anyway, man. It's going to be tight for Tesla drivers too. We just have to make sure we get through it. So with that being said, guys, make sure you subscribe. I hope that this helped out a little bit. I hope that I had a little bit of information that maybe helps give you a few ideas on how to cope with these gas prices that are coming up, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be going down anytime earlier. And I mean, it could be getting worse. So we just have to hope and pray for the best.